Hi, it's Jane from the Compassion Project. I am here with Rachel Fuertes today. Yay! And we are doing something a little different. We are going to play a game today called Cool to Connect with the connection cards. So welcome, Rachel. Rachel is from Roy, Utah. And she's a wife and a mom of 6 and a new grandma to a beautiful little granddaughter. Her name is Kalia Rose. Is that how you say her name, Rachel?
Kalia.
Kalia. She's absolutely beautiful. You said you have a picture to share with people, hey?
I do.
Yeah, share it.
I didn't know this. Okay.
she's beautiful. So she was born on June 14th, I think, right?
You know what? She's a month old, so
June 14th.
You know more than my son is watching, or I'll be in trouble.
So, Rachel, while you're getting your picture ready, so she's brave to play Cool to Connect with me today. She's my first person to play. Okay, let's see. Can you tilt it so we can see?
I'm not sure if you can see it.
Oh, it's not coming up clear. We'll post one in the comments after. I'll post one in the comments. Yeah, it's so fun being a grandma. So Rachel is, my first volunteer. I did play a game with Dana Clark, who is the creator of the connection cards. That's what these are here. Cool to Connect cards. And Dana Clark is the founder of Heroic Humans and Cool to Connect. And she created these, this deck of 52 thought-provoking cards that help enhance a human-to-human connection. So creating, inspiring, and an awakening journey, I guess. So we're going to do this. We're going to have some fun.
I'm ready.
Yeah. Okay. What was that?
Thank you for inviting me.
Oh, you're welcome. Honestly, I think it's important, and I believe that when you get into the deeper conversation, past the whole, we all put on this, we head out in the world and we put on our happy face and we go out, but we all have a lot going on. And I believe when you can have conversation that is deeper and real, that's where compassion comes in, because you feel for people. And so, so I thought it would be fun to do a weekly game. Okay. I do get nervous because I have no idea what the questions are. So, and I was telling Rachel, I have not looked at them.
She really doesn't. She told me she hasn't looked at them.
No, I think I've known 4 questions, so they're at the bottom. So here they are, but I am going to just shuffle these a bit so that you guys know that I haven't even peeked at the first one. So I'll shuffle them a little bit. So, okay, we're going to do 3 questions. Ready?
Bring it on.
And whoever wants to answer first can answer first. Bring it on. All right, here we go. Describe your proudest moment.
Oh my goodness.
It makes you think on the spot, right? Proudest moment.
Okay, what comes to mind first to me, because I'm sure we all have lots of moments that we're very proud of, or at least let's hope that we do, right? What comes to me just right now is when I became a mother for the first time with my daughter, Natasha. It took me 24 hours of labor, not cesarean. It was vaginal delivery. And I did not use any blockage, any medicine, any anesthesia. I did it all natural. My husband was by my side the whole time, encouraging me. It was slow, but it was sure. The doctors were okay with it taking that long. And I'm speaking 24 hours from the first contraction until I delivered. And when she came out and she was healthy and she came sunny side up, they actually went in and turned her around so she could come out better. And she turned back around. She wanted to come out looking at the sun. And I just thought, I did it. My purpose was to do it without having the shot, on your back to get the anesthesia there. And I said, I did it. If women of my grandmothers could do this, I can do this, as long as it was safe for the baby. And I think that was a proud moment for me.
Aw. You know what? There's something incredible about motherhood, because that's kind of where my brain went to right away with that question. And I actually went to the moment of when I was at the birth of my grandson, so my very first grandchild, and I was lucky enough to be at the birth. And there was something about being there with your daughter and your grandchild being born, that at the moment of that birth, when that perfect little boy was born, and just knowing that I have this really beautiful relationship with my daughter, that she wanted me in there, I felt so proud, yeah, as a mom and a grandma, and just the whole experience. So it's amazing. Oh, look at Ev just put, for her, going back to college at 53 years old, accomplishing a 3.9 GPA, that is a very, very proud moment. Oh, I like that. Okay, that was pretty good, hey, the first question.
Not too bad.
I liked it. Okay, here we go, second question. All right. What lessons did you learn from your parents?
Lots.
What was that?
Again, lots and lots.
Lots. I know. Do you want to go first? Or do you want me to?
Sure. My mother was a very honest person. Very, very honest. And it didn't matter if it brought her a little bit of trouble, because not everybody is up for that. But she taught me that honesty really is the best policy. And it's something that I have taught my children, something that I think has even rubbed off on my husband. Not that he's a dishonest person, but he comes from a culture where it's so secondhand to not be as honest, because it's hard to make a living from where he comes from. And that is true in many countries in the world. And so it was hard. And he's even said to me, thank you for reminding me that we need to be honest with our fellow man. It is always better, even if it doesn't, even though sometimes it can make some enemies, or our friendship might be tested with others. But I think that's a really, really good lesson that I learned from my mother, is to be honest. And you need to be honest with yourself first, right?
Yeah.
And know that God is watching all. So even if you get away with it with man, you're not going to get away with it with God. So that would be a good lesson that I could think of from my mother.
That's awesome. I love that, being honest, because I think a lot of us do hide the truth, or we're afraid to be real and speak the truth, because you might think you could cause problems or something. But in the end, if you're not being honest, it comes out anyway. It's not a real relationship. I think that's good. Yeah. So my mom and dad have been married 61 years now.
Oh my God.
They're very, I've learned lots from them, but they're very positive, upbeat people, and they're very healthy they're 86. My dad's, is it 86 and 81, I think. But the number one lesson I learned from them is forgiveness, for sure. They've been through a lot in their marriage, and even at one point they were close to splitting up when we were teenagers. They had gone through a very difficult time, and forgiveness is what got them through. And my mom said, which I thought was really interesting, and she says not forgiveness in the way of, oh, I forgive you, but I don't forget. She said, my mom says, when you forgive someone, you forgive from your heart, and you forget. You let it go. You leave it in the past. And they say that you have to reset every minute of the day, like to let things go. You just have to let things go that aren't important, and forgive and be loving. And they have a really amazing marriage. So So
I
that's
have I have seen a picture of your parents and they look awesome for their age. And that is wonderful that they're still alive and still with you. And I agree with you about forgiveness. I worked in Macy's, the department store here close by a few years ago. And I met an older couple. I was helping them at buy some clothing and they were so cute together. And I asked them, I said, how long have you been married? And they said 50 some odd years, and I said, and so what is the trick? What is the trick? Because I'm only halfway through and sometimes I have a hard time. What is the trick? And the man said right away, without even thinking about it, forgiveness. You have to be able to forgive the shortcomings of your spouse. So that's great, Jane.
yeah, it's true. Like, so I could, there's a lot more lessons, but okay, ready?
Yes.
Third question. Here we go. When you lack inspiration, what do you do to inspire you? Wow.
When you lack inspiration, what do you do to inspire you?
So to inspire yourself, like if I, oh, this is such a good question because I actually was talking to Heather the other day and I was like, I need to get inspired. I think you probably do Zumba, right? But anyway, I'll let you answer that. So Rachel's an
That's
amazing Zumba instructor.
okay.
So yeah,
Go first. You go
me?
first.
You go first? Okay.
Yes.
To inspire to inspire myself, if I start to feel uninspired, I find what works for me is to get out, take the dog and get out to, we go to Mission Creek. It's beautiful there. There's the river and the trees. And when I get out of my brain, where, you start to overthink and you can start to, whether we have fear thoughts or, just worry, I think you get uninspired when your brain thinks about things you can't control. So when I get to nature out in Mission Creek, as soon as I hear the river and the tall trees and the air and the dog running, it inspires me, just nature, I guess. And I can come back feeling like kind of ready to go. So what
Nature
about
can
you?
be nature can be super inspiring. I love hiking.
Yeah.
I love scenery. I mean, I agree with you. Nature can really, really, really peak for some information, some inspiration. When there are moments that are a lull in my life, which aren't very many because I'm always so busy, but now that I'm in a stage where my children are grown, I'm starting to have grandchildren, then I have more time for myself. And yes, there are moments where I'm like, okay, what now? What do I do now? What can I do more? Because I do like to live a full life. And so I don't like to have those moments that are just blah or not doing anything. And what came to mind when you asked that question, and it's going to sound funny to you, but then I'll explain it, is the movie The Sound of Music. When she, raindrops on roses, as she started counting her blessings, in the song. And I think that happens to me. I start thinking, okay, what do I have that's great in my life? What do I need? What do I have that I can be grateful for? And I start feeling better. And I start feeling my self esteem go up a little bit. And I think that's when my mind starts opening up and I start being more in tune. Where I'm a very religious person in the sense that I feel that Heavenly Father is there to inspire me. And so I think I open myself up, my heart is open, my spirit is open, and I'm able to receive that inspiration. And it happens in the funniest places. It's usually when I'm really relaxed, like when I'm taking a shower, I'm washing the dishes, I'm out on a hike, or in front of the ocean, because I love to write poems. And my poems don't usually come when I'm super busy and crazy, or even when I'm doing Zumba. It does not come then. It comes when you're calm and serene and just letting go. And like you said, living in the moment, putting the phone down. I did this on purpose because of you, Jane. My granddaughter came over the other night, And I left my phone upstairs in the room charging. I came down to the family room and I stayed with that baby and I held her for an hour and visited with my family. And all of a sudden, my daughter-in-law said, Rachel, you haven't taken any selfies today of the baby. You haven't taken any, where's your phone?
Aw.
And I said, I'm trying to live in the moment, Bianca. And she looked at me like, wow.
Honestly, it made me feel that made me feel a little teary because
Me too. Me too.
oh,
And so you can find inspiration from many places. I found inspiration from you the other day when you were talking about living in the moment. And so, yeah, what do? I count my blessings.
aw, honestly, I love that. It was a perfect answer. And I totally feel you as a grandma and that, yeah, when you put the phone away, especially in another room, you just there, present, focus. And that's where the joy is, right? So
Certainly.
you just inspired me. Okay, well, that was fun. We did our 3 questions. I think I'll leave it at 3, but I appreciate you for coming on. And if anyone wants to learn more about these connection cards, because I think the girl that created them, Dana, is incredible. She's inspiring. Oh my goodness. And I'm going to put in the comments, I'll put the link to her website if anyone wants them. It can be fun to do with when you have people over, family, and get conversation going. And I'm going to be playing this once a week. So I think I might try for Mondays. I think it'll be a fun. So if anyone wants to play, then you can let me know. And Dana also said she's going to give us a coupon code. So I'll put that in the comments. Yay!
Well, Jay, thank you very much for inviting me. It was fun playing. I thinking about it beforehand. You asked me if I was nervous, and I said no, but I was kind of anxious and a little bit excited to think, okay, these can be very thought-provoking questions. Am I going to know how to answer them on the spot? But you know what? It wasn't that hard. So I guess I could say that the game Cool to Connect is super cool. And I do like, I'm here to promote it. I think it's wonderful. I am about to order it. I do want to play it with my family, like when they come over on Sundays and we have family time. Or just if you think, I have to be an hour with my mother-in-law, or I have to be an hour with somebody that I don't know very well, maybe this could help to not make it so awkward,
Yeah.
Or if you feel that you have a relationship that's a little bit strained and you get blocked, you get writer's block. I think this would help. I think this game is very good. And when I saw you speaking to the woman that came up with it, I really liked it. And so when you asked me to come on, I thought, hey, why not? So thank you very much.
Aw, thanks so much. Yeah, it's been great. Okay, thanks everyone for watching, and we will definitely put the link in the comments. Okay, bye Rachel. Thank you.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.